Systems check proceeding as follows. Ceiling 300 Alpha and all systems are go.
Bones are amazing things. They hold us up. They support us. They make us strong. But bones have other uses. In the past, bones were thrown by diviners, seeking out the mysteries of the future. Now the bones are cubes, made of plastic or resin, but they still reveal things to us. As they fall from our fingers and rattle across the table, the story becomes clear.
We don't know where we are, but we hear you.
Welcome to Bone Throwers Theater, an RPG actual play podcast.
Hello, and welcome back to Bone Throwers Theater. My name is Jeremy, and we are playing our Fiasco playset for the setup to our Wayfinders campaign. And my character's name is Solgrin of Ash.
This is Jeff, and I will be playing Kumu, meaning purpose.
This is Ellie, and I'll be playing Kolohe, which means mischievous and naughty.
My name is Aaron. I'll be playing Vireo, which is my name.
This is Johnny, and I will be playing Trum, Likey, Blue.
And I'm Jordan, and for the Fiasco session, I will be playing any NPCs that are needed and helping with arbitrating how scenes will end. So, just as a reminder, we have two different colored dice here. One is light, one is dark. If we want the ending of a scene to be positive, uplifting, going along those lines, the people who are not acting in the scenes will actually get to vote on which ones to give them. And so if we decide it's a light scene, then you will have a light die put in front of you, and then you can go ahead and guide the scene along those lines. If a dark die is put in front of you, well, same thing, except things are more tragic. Instead of 2 rounds around the table like you normally do, we're going to truncate things a little bit, do 1 round around the table, and then we're going to do the tilt, and then a second round around the table, and then the aftermath. And then we're actually modifying it to leave off the things at the end, because...
That's our campaign.
That's our campaign, yeah, exactly. So once we finish with the aftermath of this adventure, then that will be our starting point for the campaign. All right, any questions?
Who starts?
What was it? There's actual rules on who starts.
Yeah.
Whoever's birthday is closest to today.
It was weird, something weird like that.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was.
Like something about like who has had the worst day or something.
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
something that you would never think of.
The player who grew up in the smallest town has the first scene. Rotate clockwise afterwards.
36,000. So, I describe the scene, and then we act it out.
Yes.
Correct.
Or you can choose whether it's a positive or a negative outcome, and we frame the scene for you.
Yeah, that sounds like a terrible idea. No, actually, I think that sounds like a great idea. I want a positive outcome scene.
Okay. How about we say that you all have already joined Wayfinders in some form or fashion, just to get that out of the gate. And you are all on shore leave for Wayfinders.
So, let's see.
Are we all in the same...
I was thinking you were on the same crew,
Okay.
at least starting off.
So, what is his objective in this?
That's the question, because one thing that he has as a need is to get out of this solar system.
Alright. I'd say that you are looking for alternate passage.
You've become a little frustrated with how things are going on your current vessel for some reason. So we'll say that you are going to the Wayfinders Guild Hall to look for new berthing. And does anybody else want to be in this scene?
I do, but I don't.
I think you should be.
And this is going to turn out positively for you.
Okay.
George said we're all part of the same crew, but it could be that we're not necessarily the same crew yet.
Yeah.
Oh. So this is how you...
He joins you and I on the same crew, and he brings them with him.
Yes.
I like that.
So what if in this whole situation, I think I'm getting away from him by joining your crew, but end up joining him
On
the same crew?
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
this.
So
Based on that, though, am I following you or am I coming
You
with
can
you?
do whatever you want. I'll be trying to get you to come with me.
What if I already know that they're coming to the same ship?
No, you don't. You're distraught that your family's going to be split up, and then you end up on the same ship together. And you're like, yay! And they're like,
So I like this. This scene basically is you forming the crew.
It's essentially writing itself. So we're going to go ahead and say that this planet is a mountainous planet that has a lot of fog and a lot of rain. And so you're not very happy, I would assume.
No.
So there's a lot of mountains, there's a lot of greenery. You can see fog rolling along the tops of the mountains. There's always just kind of a light drizzle, and the temperature is a lot colder than you're used to, just in general. Just setting the scene. You're seeing a lot of vehicles drive past. I'm imagining that there's some wheeled vehicles, some vehicles that use some sort of like repulsor lift technology, things along those lines. There are some various signs for eateries offering a wide variety of foods, from your freshest of grubs to your freshest of vegetation. There's just all sorts of interesting things to see. It smells kind of loamy, like it has like a vegetal smell to it.
Smells like potatoes.
So it's the three of us.
Well, the two of you are together. He's separate from you, but
In this scene, it'll be the three of us.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I will probably jump in as some sort of clerk.
Okay.
So your rambunctious ward is with you at the moment.
So I really think we need to get off this ship. The captain doesn't appreciate any of your capabilities. The captain doesn't let me perform in any capacity. I think we should be looking for a new crew to be a part of. And as much as Kumu would be welcome to be along, I really, really don't think the new crew is going to have a space for him.
What?
I can find my own crew, thank you.
No,
But you need to come with me. We're siblings. We need to stick together.
but you don't want to leave here. I do.
And Kumu, really, you don't want Kolohe to outshine you continuously. You really might want to go off on your own.
Look, just because she can tell stories better than me, because that's what's important to you, doesn't mean that she's better than me.
There's more reasons.
I didn't say better than, just that she outshines you in just about every area that...
You just said that she's better than me.
Were those the words that I used? I don't remember using those exact words. I remember outshining. But seriously, we'll all go to the guild hall together, and we'll see what crew has spaces, 2 and 1.
I'll go find my own.
No, you have to stick with me.
You have to stick with me.
But didn't you just hear him? I'm better, so you have to be with me.
I'm the alpha in this. You should be following me.
Funny that your name means purpose when I am your purpose, and you're leaving me. That's essentially what you're doing. You know I won't go with you.
There's a reason we're on this planet. There are reasons that these ships are going elsewhere.
Whose reasons? Yours or mine?
The captain's. The whole reason we're here is because of the captain. The captain felt that this is where we needed to... This cold, miserable planet. I mean, you can barely get any sunlight through this fog. Let's start simple. We all want off this planet. We all want off this crew.
I'm imagining you all are walking into yes.
We're headed towards the guild.
So let's see what we can see, find what we can find, and that'll be the beginning.
Whatever. I'll find my purpose elsewhere.
I'll never
Maybe guys
forgive
at
you.
the door. Maybe guys at the door to the guild hall.
He'll change his mind, won't he?
Maybe, and if he doesn't, then you won't have him dragging you down.
I didn't mind the extra weight.
Excuse me. Clerk,
Yes. How can I help you?
you can help me by finding me and my protege a new ship.
Okay. Can I have your guild card, please?
Of course.
And you hand over your identification. All right. Vireo?
Vireo.
Vireo. My apologies.
Granted.
All right. I see that you're assigned to the Laula Au.
Yes, I am their chef. He calls me a cook, but the chef.
All right, but I do see that you have a different skill set listed here. How did you wind up as the chef?
Because this captain doesn't appreciate real talent.
Okay. All right. So you're looking for one billet. Is that correct? I
two.
do see you have someone here with you.
Yes, trying to find two. Myself and my protege would both be looking for new leadership.
And what is your name?
Oh, I'm Kolohe.
Kolohe. Nice to meet you. Let me look you up in our system as well. All right. And are you looking for a different role on the ship, a different job in the crew? Because here we have you listed as general labor.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
If it gets me where I'm going, or where I want to go.
Sounds good. All right, one moment. So looking at our ships that just came in, we do have a ship with 3 openings.
We don't have a third.
Oh, no, wait. I'm sorry, it just changed to 2.
Perfect.
Could you please keep it open, though?
I'm sorry, the name has already been registered. Now, this ship does not need a chef,
Okay. What is needed?
so we actually need a singer, a star singer.
That is my original training.
Oh, all right. We can go ahead and lock that in for you.
That would be much appreciated. What is the captain's name?
It's not any of us.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking there's an NPC captain on our ship.
Yeah. So the captain is actually at his ship. That is the Teuila.
It's the ship or the captain?
That is the name of the ship. Teuila. And the captain's name is Fetu.
Fetu of the Teuila.
Yes.
Thank you very much, good clerk.
And he writes down some information on a card and passes it. That's the berth number for the ship.
Come along, Kolohe. Let us go meet our new captain.
Okay, Daddy.
So you go ahead and leave the Wayfinders Guild Hall, and you go to the port and find the berth. It's a lovely star sailing vessel. It has a nice star sail. It's an outrigger model, so it has some stabilizers as well.
What a lovely ship that we have found.
Yes, Father.
Definitely this will get us out of this blasted solar system.
Finally.
See?
All right, we'll call it C.
We don't see each other yet.
Okay, sounds good. And that is that. So, end of the first scene. So, Aaron, you're supposed to give away your die.
Give it away.
Yes. To somebody, not me.
Thanks.
Trum, Likey flew.
Trum, let's have the scene where Trum and Solgrin meet.
By the charcuterie board.
So, we're at a buffet dinner.
I would imagine that the captain likes to have soirees for different crew members from time to time.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling that one of us probably has been on the crew for this captain for a while, and one of us is new to the crew.
Who is the new one?
I think I've been on the ship for a while.
Okay. I'll be the new. You could have gone either way. So
Yeah. So, Captain went all out this time. Plenty of food everywhere.
So Solgrin is at the buffet table, just hands spread and just piling food into his bare hands. Yeah, I could love this crew. This is great.
Yeah, I see you're a big fan of charcuterie there.
If this is charcuterie, I love charcuterie.
Yeah, I can tell looking at your eyes.
Yeah.
Here, let me help you carry some of that. And I grab some charcuterie and put it on my plate.
Solgrin's looking at the food, and his eyes flare. His eyelids are starting to turn purple as well. He's like, oh, wow, thank you.
No problem.
And he starts stuffing his face as he's...
It's gonna go poorly for Johnny.
So, what do you say we make our way back to my nest and get to know each other a little bit better?
Is that where I'm bunking?
Well, I mean, typically the bunks are down below, but I can keep my nest back in the cargo hold.
Cargo. That's where I'm supposed to be working.
Where I work too.
So you'll be sleeping there.
Oh yes, that's where my nest is.
Okay.
So,
Right now, I'm all about getting to know this table better.
okay, yeah. I can't wait to get to know you better. What's your name again?
Solgrin. And his eyes start to fade from purple to white.
Okay, Solgrin, I'll see you around, okay?
Which I've determined that white eyes means he's confused.
I think everybody in this situation is confused.
I'll see you around, Solgrin. Nice meeting you.
I'm sure, but before you go, can I have that food that you...
Oh, definitely. Here you go. Hand you the plate.
What is this on? Can you eat this too?
Could, I suppose, but not usually. It's a tray to carry your food on.
Solgrin spreads open his hand and it's bigger than the plate. So he's like, I don't need it.
Alright, scene.
All right, sounds good.
So, I received a dark die.
You invited him back to your nest without knowing his name?
Yeah, that's pretty dark.
It is. Alright, who shall I give this die to? Actually, here, Aaron.
All right. I'm going to dictate a scene, and you guys get to choose the outcome. I'm assuming that the scene that just happened with Trum, Likey flew was a flashback. Maybe happened
A few months ago.
Yeah.
So Solgrin has been doing a good job with the crew and has impressed the captain. And the captain has charged him on this next stop to go out and find a crewman to fill a certain position. So the scene is going to be Solgrin and Kumu meeting up minutes before the other two gain passage on the ship. I'm figuring for our relationship, our families are friends, but we may not have necessarily known each other.
Now, are you in the same generation, or is well, obviously you're a lot younger.
It might be the same technical generation, but his life might be longer than mine, and mine might be longer than his, so we don't really know.
Right. We haven't defined that as far as lifespan of a particular species.
Right.
So I'm seeing this as sort of like a spaceport. There's a lot of hustle and bustle, a lot of cargo being moved, a lot of deals being made. And Solgrin sees Kumu just kind of wandering, looking at the different ships. So Solgrin's going to approach Kumu from behind.
Well, you'll see Kumu trying to cautiously catch someone's attention.
And Solgrin, recognizing not Kumu specifically, but recognizing the Animo, he's going to call out from a distance. So, I mean, everybody knows that he's calling out. It's just like, hey, Animo!
Kumu's gonna turn around.
Animo from Kumaka Alave, yes?
Yes. Are you...
Kind of puts his hand over his chest, bows, and says, Solgrin of Ash.
Of Ash?
Yes. Come here, brother. And he picks, gives you a nice big bear hug and picks you up.
All four of your legs are just kind of...
Well, my back legs would still be sort of dragging on the ground, but my front legs would be just 2 feet off the ground.
How did you end up here?
My fellow Clutch and I have been traveling with a minstrel, and I'm trying to find my purpose out in the universe.
So, you're looking for a new crew?
Yes, I'm looking for a new crew, a new way to live my life.
His eyes turn green, which is amused. So what do you do? What service do you offer?
I've been training in several different fields. I've been training in cooking.
His eyes flash purple.
And I've been training in small amounts of magic.
Magic, you say?
Yes.
The captain might be interested in hearing what you could do. I've been charged finding another member for our crew.
Well, it looks as though you found another member.
Well, that is not for me to say, friend. That is for the captain.
I am Kumu, by the way.
Kumu. All right, let us make a visit to our captain, Fetu.
All right, then.
Solgrin puts his arm around Kumu. Well, puts his arm on the other side of Kumu and puts it down on his shoulder. This way, friend.
Thank you, friend.
And that is the scene.
That scene. I received a white die, and it went well. I'm going to give the white die to Ellie.
So it is now Kumu's turn to pick the scene. Do you want to pick the outcome, or do you want to frame the scene?
I actually want to frame the scene. I want to find out why myself and my guardian do not get along.
Oh.
That was actually what I was going to suggest if you did not. So this is going to be a flashback.
Yes, probably to when we first joined the Wayfinders, by his suggestion and urging.
Was joining the Wayfinders something that you had always wanted to do, or was it something that you kind of felt like you were forced into for some reason?
So it's both. So I was actually abandoned by my previous ship on Kumaka Elave, And I figured one of the best ways off of this planet is by joining the Wayfinders.
Oh, so you had been part of like a cargo crew or something along those lines.
I don't know.
Some different kind of ship rather than a Wayfinder vessel.
Yes. And so during my time here is when I acquired these two.
Maybe that's why we don't get along, is because of the way that you view us.
Wired.
Because you can't decide if you're a parent or an owner.
Okay. I can see that.
Just from the way you keep phrasing things.
It's like a cultural thing.
Yeah. But I think it's more I view raising you as an obligation.
So you're like, I'll take it upon myself to raise you, but now I feel obligated to do so.
Yes. Yeah. I think that should be the initial setup.
That's where we are.
So we're at Wayfinder Academy.
Yeah. And so we're on break or whatever.
Okay.
And Kolohe, I'm imagining you would be in the scene as well.
Am I in the scene?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, you might be trying to intermediate between two hot-headed individuals. And you're not the calmest person either, so...
No.
So, I've noticed something about the way you treat us versus the way you treat everyone else around us. Care to explain?
That I treat you as my brood?
No. You treat us as your property.
That's what I just said.
They are not the same thing.
Like his prized possessions, right?
No, not like his prized possessions.
You only have one prized possession. All your other possessions are less prized.
Alright.
Jeff just got a black die.
So, the way you treat everyone else is with the utmost respect. And with us, you treat us as something to walk upon, to tread upon, as a burden on your back.
Do you agree with this, Kolohe?
Kolohe is looking between...
Even if you don't treat her that way, you treat me that way. You treat me like some ill-gotten piece of clothing.
Are you not happy with the food that I put in your belly and the roof that I put over your head? Now I must, pamper you? Shower you with love and affection?
I deserve respect as a prime male of my species.
Kumu, without him, we would still be on our home planet. We needed to get away from there. He's our saving grace.
Exactly.
He may have pulled us away, but I don't like it.
Well, you're welcome to go back anytime you would like. But for now, we both agree, and do see eye to eye, that at least Kolohe needs to get off that planet. I wanted to get off that planet, and you can come along.
I'm staying with Kolohe.
That's a good call. She can show you how to really come into your own and what a true prime of your species acts like.
There's just no winning with you, is there?
No.
There was always winning with him.
If you want to be treated the way I treat others, then you have to be worthy of the treatment that I treat others with.
Have I not done everything you asked? Have I not been a good son? A good brother to my sister?
You use the word good. I would agree that you have been an acceptable son and an acceptable brother to your sister. You just lack...
Because my leaves don't change as bright colors as hers.
It's not just her appearance. It's her. And you are you. And you just need to be more like her.
You're just a different type of special.
I really think that you have it in you, somewhere, buried deep down inside, to be just as good as your sister.
See, I told you he thought more of you.
It's like that story that I always told you about me and my hatchlings, and how when we started to learn to get out of the nest and be on our own, I had to be a little bit more cutthroat than my other siblings. I'm not saying to cut your sister's throat, but you gotta learn how to let yourself shine, and you don't shine.
Because my leaves aren't as bright as hers.
Like I said, that's not the only reason, but it sure would be a place to start.
Kumu, I can't go anywhere without you. You can't have the bright colors without the dark ones. Please give him a chance.
I'll stay with you because of you, not because of him.
I find this acceptable.
Just one great big Hanai.
One big Hanai.
Scene. Nice.
I'm a
Well,
dick.
not nice, but
Yeah, you are! But only to me.
who's getting the dark dye? Great.
One light, one dark.
No, everybody has one except for Johnny right now. All right, Ellie's last scene of the round.
Okay. I'm going to frame the scene. I think I want a scene that was moments earlier than the discussion that was just had between Kumu and Kolohe about his idea of leaving and trying to convince her.
Okay.
What if there was a NPC in the scene that was also a sibling that chose not to go with?
How many children do I have?
It could be anywhere from 2 to 10. It's a clutch.
And you can only have one prized possession.
There's one of your beliefs.
One prize.
But if it was like a half sibling, born at the same time, but they're not the same clutch.
Yeah.
But because we were both born under the blood-marked moon, we're considered
Yeah.
siblings.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Gekanoid lizards only lay 1 egg per clutch, although some average lizards usually 2 to 10 eggs. Snakes lay clutches of 6 to 15 eggs. Crocodilians, 13 to 55 eggs. And sea turtles, 50 to 100.
Well, yeah, that's sea turtles.
I kind of always thought of
Jeff as a sea turtle.
the NMO as more of like crocodilian, like
No, 2 to 10.
so like an iguana. I guess Komodo dragons would probably be a better fit for you all. All right, so go ahead and describe where are we located in our scene.
Let's say we are walking to that break and
Okay.
yeah.
And we
okay.
haven't met up with them yet?
Yeah.
So, like, right before.
I'm going to say that Kumu instigates this conversation, obviously, because it's his idea to
Yeah.
break apart
All right.
from.
Kolohe, I know that you really like and care for our father, but I don't feel like he treats us correctly. I think that we should grow up and be our own pack without him.
See, Kumu, this is why I should be the leader. You don't know best. In his eyes, I am the leader, and he's right. You don't know what you're talking about.
I know exactly what I'm talking about. I've seen him time and time again with every other species that we've encountered on this training facility. He has spoken to them with kindness and respect, and with me, with us, he treats us like the dirt under feet.
Now you know that's not true. How could you say that? He cares for us. He loves us.
Yes, he provided for us, but look at him. He feels like we're a burden on him, like we are a rock on his back that he cannot get rid of.
So, Ellie has received a white die, which means it's a positive outcome for her character.
Okay.
Kumu, you've pulled me aside and said this multiple times.
Don't you see it, though?
The hatred you have for him?
I don't hate him. I just feel like he could treat us better.
You just want to be the leader. That's all you want.
Of course I want to be the leader.
I don't understand where this mentality of yours comes from, where you should be the leader. Vireo obviously agrees. There's others that have agreed as well that I should be the leader. The brighter the lights, the brighter the colors, the more the path is shown. I don't understand how your dark colors could show us the way out of the solar system.
The sky is dark. We need to blend in to become part of the outside.
A leader doesn't blend in.
Leadership. I concede to that point. Blending is not the role of a leader.
Bleeding is.
Well, that
Leadership.
Leadership.
Can you butt out of this conversation? You may be our sibling, but that doesn't mean you butt into a conversation that isn't yours.
You're now the sibling.
Apparently. Well, I could be the leader easily enough.
Shut up.
You could never be the leader.
Exactly. Thank you. What is he doing, Kumu?
I don't know. Some trick he picked up with his leaves.
He bites you on the tail.
Kanai, what are you doing?
You rips off a chunk of meat. Your leaf meat.
Leaf meat. Leaf?
Meat.
Leaf.
Vegetarian beef?
Kumu's just gonna shake his head and kick him across the hall. You could never be the leader.
You're so right, Kumu.
Yes. Yes, I am.
And scene. It seems like a scene.
You need to give away that white die to somebody.
Who gets it?
Johnny doesn't have one.
Oh.
So Johnny gets the
White die for this round.
So there are 3 white die and 2 dark die.
It really feels like we're establishing some core beliefs, core goals in this game of Fiasco. So well done, all. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll do the tilt, and then we'll do our next round. Stay tuned for that.
Final round.
Ding ding.
Thank you for listening to Bone Throwers Theater. Our cast is Aaron, Ellie, Jeff, Jeremy, Johnny, and Jordan. We are releasing this podcast under a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives 3.0 Unported license. That means you can share the podcast, but please do not modify it or try to gain financially from it. If you would like to visit our website, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater.com. If you would like to send us an email, you can do so at bonethrowerstheater@gmail.com. Our Twitter handle is bonethrowerstheater. You can also look us up on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And until next time, may the bones fall ever in your favor. This has been a Nerd Circle podcast production.